Okay, this is part 2 to my saga with MyLink. So I now have a new screen, and when I first got it replaced and I was driving home with the car, I noticed the screen was super bright. I'd never seen it so bright before. And as the evening went on and it became dark, I noticed that the screen didn't go into night mode and it stayed bright in day mode and lit up the whole cabin like a Christmas tree, and it was very uncomfortable to look at. So when I got home, I started playing around with everything and could not get a reset, the MyLink and everything, could not get it to go into night mode. But then I discovered this, where is it? Hang on, where's the video? I discovered this here, the brightness setting. Anyway, I'm having some focus issues. Oh, there we go. I discovered the brightness setting. When I played with that, it then went back into a normal brightness level, and lo and behold, it went into night mode, so that was fixed. But then I started to discover more issues, and here's one I'll show you now. So you can clearly see that it's in navigation mode, and it used... Hang on, so what I'll do is I'll turn the car off. I'll get out. I've left the light on, but that's... Get out now. There's the car. It's now closed, so I will get in now. And then what happens is, now if I turn the car on, you'll see it hasn't gone back into navigation mode. It used to do that before they replaced the MyLink system, so something's gone wrong there. And look, 9 times out of 10 it won't do it, but then the 1 time out of 10 it will go back into nav mode. What I've also discovered is, hang on, let's just do that and then turn it on just like that. Accessories, cool. What I've also noticed is sometimes when I've got my USB cable plugged in, so it's a and you can't see it there, but it's a PQI Apple certified cable. I've found that sometimes I can't go into MyLink when it's plugged in, so let me just plug this in. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. So when I plug it in, it's not going to do anything. What if I do that again? Oh yeah, the CarPlay, yeah. So CarPlay, sorry, the video stopped because I went into CarPlay mode. So it goes in, I can see the CarPlay icon, my phone goes into CarPlay mode, but I can't actually open CarPlay. It works then. So this will happen not so often. And finally, I've noticed that sometimes, hang on, I'll go back here. Sometimes I've noticed that the screen will stay into either night mode or day mode. That doesn't happen very often too. It's hard to replicate. So I rang up Holden service guys at Boren, Cheltenham, and they told me to bring it in. They checked that it's the latest firmware, and it is. Unfortunately, they probably should have done that when they first installed it, but they didn't. And I also found that when they did replace it, the whole thing was reset to factory defaults. They didn't bother even putting in the radio settings again, so that was a bit disappointing. It shows a bit of laziness on their behalf. But if I can just get to the firmware version, so you can see there, that's the firmware version there. Cool. Yeah, so when I took it back into them, there we go, they basically, all they could do was reset the settings and told me that, yeah, they could replicate the nav problem, but nothing else. I was kind of expecting that. The other problems are hard to replicate. They don't occur all that often. But yeah, so Boren, Holden in Cheltenham said, yeah, we could replicate the problem, but that's all we could do. Here's your car. Thank you very much. Which was very disappointing. I don't know if this is being followed up or if anything's ever happening with this, but kind of expected a bit more. All right, see where this goes.